You stop cussing. You come in. Right. You explain that Maddie's at practice.
I know. I don't know what happened to me. It's like a brain. I got it.
Okay.
Ready? I do. I got it.
It's a new modern male, kind of like a Sigma male, a more sensitive male, and a man that is okay not being the alpha, is okay supporting the wife and letting her succeed, and I love that character.
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily, and welcome to the third video and chapter of the Power Series Breakdown. In the first chapter of our video series, we shed light on a disturbing trend. The portrayal of male characters in this series tends to categorize them as either evil, toxic, misogynistic, or selfish assholes. Or they are depicted as buffoons, or members of the LGBT community. In this third chapter, we delve deeper into the significance of this portrayal, examining how the depiction of men as buffoons is executed within the series and its potential impact. Shout out to the Patreon gang, salute! The original video is gonna be on Patreon because we have to respect the YouTube guidelines. That's why you will get a censored and filtered YouTube friendly version. Certain clips will be frozen or excluded. So if you like what we do and you want to experience our content to the fullest extent, support us on Patreon. This video contains a lot of spoilers, so you've been warned. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we men, ain't we? We men, ain't we?
It's a complex time for men, and we really wanted to make sure that we had a significant male adult role who could experience what it's like for that reversal to happen. So I think he's a really crucial character that I think men are going to find really compelling, as will women.
We intentionally started with this clip because of its profound message and the messenger. This is Jane Featherstone, who is the executive producer of this series. The executive producer is the person who sources and secures the financing for a film production, either through an independent financing company, through a studio, or by financing it themselves. The executive producer's biggest priority is to make sure they have money to complete the project. As I always say, follow the money, guys. The fact that this foolishness is funded says a lot about the bigger picture. The agenda. A lot of these agents of chaos are funded to spread the message. Now, to get back to what she said about the significant male adult role, in the context of the transfer of power from men to women, it highlights the significance of having important, significant adult male characters whose roles are to accommodate this transition. You see it all the time. The Hulk and She-Hulk, Batman and Batwoman, Luke Skywalker and Rey. Female characters rising at the expense of their male counterparts. Male counterparts who are an establishment of the patriarchy.
He's not as successful as her, but he handles it well. It's a new modern male, kind of like a Sigma male, a more sensitive male, and a man that is okay not being the alpha, is okay supporting the wife and letting her succeed, and I love that character.
Of course you love that character, Mr. John Leguizamo, because you got paid. That's a big reason these actors commit to these buffoonish roles. Money talks. After watching this series, you don't think to yourself, I want to be like this man, this quote-unquote modern male he's representing in this series. His character is absolutely not a Sigma male. He is clearly a beta male, but he cannot call his character a beta male because his character is important, significant to the success of the FNS message this series has. It's about supremacy, not equality. That's why this modern male has to be weak.
For a story.
No, he's not the problem. He's not the problem. You know what the problem is? You. You never asked me about my day. Yeah, go ahead, ask me. What? Say you can't even do it right now.
This is ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You know what? And you haven't asked me in years. You know that, right? And I always make it a point to ask you.
That's because every time I do ask you, all you do is sigh and shrug and say it was shit.
What? You can still ask me. You can still acknowledge that I have a day that I do stuff.
His character is constantly seeking validation from his wife. And the way he does so is definitely not Sigma or Alpha. In this scene, John's character is on fire with the things he's saying. He's holding his wife accountable for the things she's not doing for the family, but he's doing it while he's drunk.
Oh my God. Rob! 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 Rob, it's freezing. Oh my God, you're gonna wake up the neighbors.
Oh, I'm gonna wake up the neighbors. Oh, who is this celebrity Margot who won't stand up for sharing the information and won't stop this drug? She won't even ask her husband about his day. She's not even there for her kids.
I'm not here for the kids. I am killing myself to get home in time to read Izzy's stories with her and check over Maddie's homework.
Oh, you do that on autopilot, Margot. You're not paying attention. Otherwise, you know that Maddie's into urban docs. Did you know that he's starting to hate everything that you stand for?
Okay, all right, just let's get inside. Let's get inside now, Brock.
You think Josh is fine because she says she is? I mean, she's struggling. She can't even control her body. And you're on this EOD kick like it's 100% empowering, like, wow, it's gonna change the world. And yeah, Margot, change is good. But you know what? Change is a piece of shit too, okay? And I'm warning you, honey, if you don't start paying attention, you're gonna get left behind. I'm sorry.
Just come
But
inside.
we're gonna
Come
leave you
inside.
behind.
So he checks his wife, who is a mayor and represents the quote-unquote boss babe, while being drunk. This is not by accident. Studies confirm that people speak the truth when drunk. When drinking alcohol, the tongue is freed up to say exactly what's in a person's heart. In other words, the significant man is too weak to confront his wife without being under the influence of alcohol. They do it again in the scene where Rob is ready to divorce Margot. The inclusion of alcohol in the scene diminishes the character's strength and confidence, leading viewers to perceive him as weak and insecure. Despite speaking the truth, he is portrayed in a way that makes him appear as a buffoon, becoming the butt of the joke once again. Let's take it a step further.
Guys fighting?
No, you go back to bed. Everything's fine.
swimming away.
Everything's fine. Go.
Like a scarlet minnow.
What the hell is Dad doing in the water?
Go back to bed. Everything's okay. Rob, get out.
Is Daddy drunk?
Yeah, looks like it. This whole family's a shit show.
The kids are seeing their father making a fool out of himself. This discredits and takes away the seriousness of everything he just said, because men who check their women are toxic assholes. So if a man is lovable, he also needs to be incompetent, childish, and non-threatening. Non-threatening, fellas. Stay focused. Check this out.
I've decided to run for Senate.
Congrats. Thanks.
It's great. That's really great. I'm so proud of you. I know how hard you worked for this.
Well, you don't have my vote.
Oh, come on, Maddie. She's your mom.
You can't even vote anyways. You're 15.
Can you tell me why, Maddie? Can you help me understand?
Why bother? It's not like the male voice even matters anymore.
Of course your voice matters, honey.
I think men and women need to know their place.
What?
Everything is backwards. Like even in this family. Dad does all the cooking. You never cook.
Well, that's because Dad is a better cook and he likes it.
I do like it. We play to each other's strengths. Go team Cleary Lopez, you know?
You emasculate him. And he just takes it.
This scene is pure gold, and we're gonna break it down. Last time we focused on the teenage boy Maddie, but now we're gonna focus on the emasculated man. It starts here.
I've decided to run for Senate.
Congrats.
She decided to run for Senate without discussing it with her husband first, because his opinion doesn't matter. His opinion doesn't matter for two reasons. Reason one, this is the impression that these feminists give women. The impression that the opinions of wives don't/didn't matter in decision-making processes. That's incorrect. As the head of the household, you have the final word. However, every decision that directly impacts the family needs to be discussed with the spouse. Pastors would preach this in church all the time. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church. Or husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. It implies a mutual relationship of love, respect, and consideration for each other's needs. And that brings me to reason number 2. She does not respect him. Remember this?
For a story.
No, he's not the problem. He's not the problem. You know what the problem is? You. You never asked me about my day. Yeah, go ahead, ask me.
This man is weak in her eyes. The moment a woman perceives her husband as weak, she will not respect him and her punani will dry up like the Sahara Desert. Check this out.
So he was a great boyfriend, but we went out of country. We fought on the same card. He fought the day before me. I fought the next day. During the fight, he almost gets knocked out. As this guy is mauling him, he goes like this. What do you think I was thinking?
Not good thoughts.
The boyfriend.
Your
My
boyfriend
boyfriend.
was-
Like this.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
No.
Did it turn you off?
Oh my God, so much.
Whoa.
I was like, dude, you're getting fucked up, and as you're falling to the canvas, you still need to go fuck you.
Wow.
You're like, you, like that.
So the way he
Has
was
to
getting
be.
beaten was f***ing with you.
Yeah.
It wasn't just that he was getting beaten.
I don't care.
Just that he was like
I don't
shying
care.
away.
Yeah, I don't care if
he wasn't digging
You're not
in.
gonna. Yeah, like you gotta fucking like take that shit.
Take it.
Yeah, like a champ or like a fighter.
Right.
Yeah, you can't be like.
Wow.
That was.
Great boyfriend, okay? Not a narcissist or asshole. No. Great boyfriend. But he had a weak moment, and that's all she wrote. Let's do another one.
He's
Why
there.
did you guys like?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I got love for him. He's a great guy. We had great chemistry, but the love faded away.
What do you mean it faded? What did you mean it faded away?
I get bored and I get.
Okay, so here we go.
It's not that I get bored.
Here we go. So you don't want a nice guy because he was a good guy, right?
He's a great guy. He
see what I'm saying? But
he's
look,
a very judgmental person that I couldn't stand. He judges everything, and that's what I was like, oh. But other than that, he's a great father. He's a great everything. But
so you just couldn't do it, and
no, I checked out. Once I check out, that's it. There's no coming back.
I could do this all day. Matter of fact, we haven't done a "How much proof do you need?" video in a while now, so we might do another one in the near future. But the point is, it doesn't matter how great of a guy you are. Female nature is not wired to feel attraction for weak men. The moment she thinks you're weak, you're done. And the word weak is profound. You heard what she said. She got bored. So weak can include different aspects such as weak in social status, weak in financial stability or income, weak in confidence, weak in entertainment value, etc., etc. I've said it many times on this channel. You don't build equity with women. Even after years of doing everything right, a single weak moment can overshadow or diminish the investments made. This is because in the dynamics of romantic relationships, there is no accumulated equity that recognizes and values past performance. The value of past investments does not increase and do not necessarily have the same value when a man is perceived as weak. It's not a surprise women file 70-80% of divorces. Brifold's law, fellas. So if you make a simple cost-benefit analysis, you will come to the conclusion that the juice ain't worth the squeeze. You can't argue with men that go their own way, especially the guys that were quote-unquote great boyfriends. Let's take it a step further.
That's really great. I'm so proud of you. I know how hard you worked for this.
Well, you don't have my vote.
Oh, come on, Maddie. She's your mom.
Touché! It's their son that doesn't accept the decision she made for the family without discussing it with her husband first.
Oh, come on, Maddie. She's your mom.
Just because she's your mom does not mean she is righteous by default. It's a disturbing way of thinking and a privilege that many mothers abuse in court. Emasculation in this situation occurs in the power dynamic. John's character's authority or control is diminished, disregarded, and challenged. And this is the biggest problem.
You emasculate him, and he just takes it.
And he just takes it. He's complicit in this foolishness. This is not a Sigma male, brothers. Sigma males don't let women disrespect them, especially in front of their families. Listen carefully.
I think men and women need to know their place.
What?
Everything is backwards.
Men and women need to know their place. Feminists love to dismiss the biological differences between men and women because they are shooting for equal outcomes. We made a video about how the US women's soccer team easily got destroyed by men's soccer teams and still got equal pay. Women have no business competing with men on a physical level, but it's not just the physicality, it's more profound. Check this out.
Why should women not be leaders?
First of all, it's not innately in their DNA to lead. Women can, if you put a woman as a leader in a high position of leading, she will fail every time. Why? Because she's too emotional. We have way more complex hormones than y'all, right? You know, it's like that time of the month. You think about this. These women want to be present in these power positions, and your cycle's gonna come, and you're gonna make a decision that's great for our country? No way. No, you're not. You're too emotional. And we're great at a lot of things. Leading is not one of them. It's not, because the man is innately supposed to lead.
So the phrase, men lead, women follow, that's something you abide by.
1,000%.
Yeah, but a lot of women are going to get really pissed about hearing this.
Why do you think the truth pisses women off? Because women are lied to. They are spoon-fed this delusion of equality and oppression since they were in their diapers. And now they can't handle the truth. If women were educated to think rationally, this wouldn't piss them off. We showed you in the previous video how the sister reacts to facts and her brother who disagrees with her.
You listen to Urban Docs? You know he hates us.
No, he just doesn't agree with you. We're still allowed to disagree, right? It's a free country.
Oh my God, you sound like a moron.
All right,
oh my God, he's warping your feeble little brain.
Shit.
What are you
That's
going to do
all
about the fact that your son is being radicalized? You're being a child. What Mom is doing is important. Can you see that? We can't have men deciding what women do with their bodies.
What about men's bodies? Now, Urban Docs is right. All you females stick together.
Females? You sound like a bigot.
Hey, this happens in real life, fellas. Women having temper tantrums just because you don't agree with them. This channel is full of evidence that women in general make terrible leaders. And it's funny that she says this because look at this.
You're a liar and a fraud. How can we trust you to protect the American people when you can't even protect your own son from being assaulted by your unstable daughter?
Okay, that's enough.
This is pure gold. It's pure gold how this show is actually portraying women as the villains and proves our point of women in general making horrible leaders because women have the tendency to make decisions based on emotions rather than rational thought. Additionally, they struggle to handle the pressure of these leadership positions. Women don't handle stressful situations as well as men. You see what happened during the pandemic. Women's use of antidepressants increased. Antidepressants are commonly used by women, especially as they age. It's not a coincidence. Women are not built for this. This entire series shows Margot to be an incompetent mayor and an incompetent mother, by the way, smoking weed with her daughter.
Didn't know you had that in you.
Well, I was young once too, you know. I am not handing this to you.
Because she is the mayor of Seattle, she's probably inspired by Jenny Durkan, who had to deal with the situation in Seattle known as the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, CHAZ, and later CHOP.
And he is desperately trying to start the old fights and the old divisions that put him in power in the first place.
How long do you think Seattle in those few blocks looks like this?
I don't know. We could have the summer of love.
Her summer love remark didn't age well, and she had to deal with a lot of criticism and threats of deletion, which led to her not seeking a second term as mayor. Women love the fun part of leadership because that's the way it's presented to them, but they don't like the responsibilities that come with it.
I took it because I needed to know what she was going through. I couldn't just let her walk that path on her own.
Oh, stop. Stop. You took it because you wanted it, because you want power, and that's all you really want.
Well, I want to help people.
You just love the image of yourself helping people.
With great power comes great responsibility. With freedom comes responsibility. Therefore, the objective is to influence women to engage in reckless behavior by being exposed to an abundance of images and educational messages that portray life as effortless, easy mode, and without consequences. Additionally, the men are depicted as toxic, misogynistic, or selfish assholes, if not incompetent, weak buffoons, and incapable of providing protection and leadership, which subconsciously erodes women's faith, trust, and confidence in men, and it's working. The FNS message is to destabilize, to divide. People who are divided are easier to control.
Ask yourself this question.
Sure.
Are you happy with the results that we have today in dating and marriages? Are you happy?
Okay, I'll stay with you right through to the end. But after the election, I want a divorce.
Patreon supporters, salute! Management, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.